Hello dear viewers, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to revision time. In this video, we will be studying about petty cash book. Before we start our today's video, let us have a quick revision on our previous video. Our previous video was about double column cash book. We studied about the format, posted entries and transactions into our double column cash book. Here very important transaction to be remembered, to be kept in mind is contra entry. Contra entries are nothing but the entry where both cash and bank accounts are affected, and it's very important to differentiate it as capital C in our ledger folio column, so that we can differentiate it as that it is a contra entry. Contra entry is nothing but where cash and bank both the transactions are affected. Today we will be studying about petty cash book. So what is this petty cash book? Petty means small. Petty cash book is nothing but this cash book is maintained to record small expenses. Petty cash book is maintained to record small expenses like postage, stationery, telegram, convenience, refreshment, all such miscellaneous expenses which are recurring, which are repetitive in nature and which are of small amounts. All such transactions are maintained in petty cash book. But what is the need of maintaining the petty cash book when we already maintain a cash book? This is that in petty cash book we specifically record only those transactions which are small expenses and which are repetitive in nature, and cash book is entirely for main business activity, entirely for recording the large sum of money for the business. So now if we start recording all such expenses in our daily incurring expenses in our main cash book, our cash book goes very big and long, and it becomes very confusion, and it creates a sense of ambiguity for those who refer and use that cash book. To avoid such confusion, petty cash book is maintained where it is very handy to understand and know what are our daily expenses, what are the small expenses that the business is incurring, and we are recording it in our one book called petty cash book. In petty cash book we follow Imprest system. Now what is this Imprest system? Under this system, an accountant or a cashier is given a fixed sum of amount at the beginning of the period, and he has to incur all the expenses from that amount itself. Like say at the start of the period, cashier is given rupees 2000 rupees, and he has to incur all the expenses, petty expenses for that particular month from these 2000 rupees only. This is known as Imprest system. This is known as Imprest account, an account where there a particular amount is set aside and all the expenses have to be incurred from that amount itself. This is about petty cash book. Petty cash book is nothing but small expenses book. Let us read out the meaning and understand more about it in detail. So petty cash book, these are generally repetitive in nature. Petty cashier works on Imprest system. We just studied about the Imprest system. A definite sum is given to a petty cashier at the beginning of the certain period. This amount is known as Imprest amount. Recording of such small amounts becomes easy as the totals of different types of expenses are posted to ledger. It saves time and effort of posting individual items into ledger. So, petty cash book is all about recording small payments, and it is very helpful. It becomes easy that all the totals of different expenses we can find at one place. It saves our time and efforts. In a nutshell, it can be stated that preparation of Petty cash book is a cost reduction and control measure. So since when we are recording all our expenses at one place, we can understand about what are our more recurring expenses, how we can control them, what is the amount of such expenses, what are the measures we can take to reduce and control such expenses. In this way, petty cash book is advantageous, and it's very helpful of maintaining a petty cash book. So format of a petty cash book is here: amount received. Amount received is nothing but the impressed amount which a petty cashier is receiving is maintained here. Next, date of expenses. Particulars is the expense name, what expenses account, voucher number, the serial numbers, total payment for a particular expense, how much amount was paid, whether it was from postage or telegram, if it was a printing or stationery, carriage, miscellaneous. We have to record it under that particular column, and total is recorded here. And here we record impressed system. This format will be more clear to you when we record a few of the transactions in our petty cash book. Let's get started with that now. So let's read out the transactions first and then record here in our petty cash account. Prepare a petty cash book for the following transactions. Prepare a petty cash book from the following transactions. The impressed amount is rupees 2000. So here, impressed amount is 2000 rupees, which means the cashier is given rupees 2000 rupees, and from that 2000 rupees, he has to incur the following expenses. Let us read out the expenses. Paid cartages 50, STD charges 40, bus fare 20, postage 30, refreshment for employees 80, courier charges 30, refreshment for customers 50, cartage 35, taxi fare to manager 70, stationery 65, bus fare 10, fax charges 30, telegram charges 35, postage stamp 200, repair on furniture 1000, 100, 105, laundry expenses 115, miscellaneous expenses 100. Now from this 200 rupees, he has to make the following expenses and record in petty cash book. That recording: amount received. How much amount our cashier has received? 2000 rupees. Correct. CB folio is nothing but cash book folio. Next date is 1st January. First expenses paid cartages. Let us write it as cartages. Amount of rupees 50. Here cartages means here we have to see the transactions and record these transactions under a particular head based on which that transaction is relating to which head. Here cartages means an amount which a purchaser incurs while making the purchase. It can be some transportation charges. So convenience column is nothing for transportation. Convenience means transportation charges, moving from one place to another charges. So cartages 50 rupees we will record here. Next, on second, it's STD charges. STD charges amount of rupees 40, and STD and telephone we will record here. Sorry, it's 40 rupees. Next, bus fare on third, amount of rupees 20. Bus comes under convenience because transportation 20. Next, fourth, postage. Postage amount of rupees 30. Postage and stationery column 30. Next, fourth again, for January, refreshment expenses amount of 80 rupees. We will record it in our miscellaneous columns because these columns are not something where we can record refreshment. So we will record it as miscellaneous expenses. Next, courier charges. Amount of rupees 30 in our postage and stationery. Next, again refreshment, date 8th, amount of rupees 50, we will record it under miscellaneous. 10th January, cartage, amount of rupees 35, we will record here. Next, 15th, taxi fare, 70 rupees under convenience because of transportation. Next, 18 January, stationery charges, amount of rupees 65, stationery column. Next, 20th, bus fare again, amount of rupees 10, 10. Next, fax charges, sorry, date we have to write here, 22, fax charges, amount of rupees 30 in our postage and telegram column, 30. Next, 25th, telegram charges, amount of 35, telegram column 35. 27th January, postage stamps, 200 rupees, postage column 200 rupees. Next, 29 Jan, repairs on furniture, 105 rupees is the amount, total amount, and we will record it under miscellaneous expenses. Next, 30th, laundry, 115, we will record under miscellaneous expenses. 31st, again miscellaneous expenses, 100 rupees, 100 rupees. Now let us find out the total of expenses in a particular month is 1065, and total of telegram and postage account column is 75 rupees. Total of postage and stationery expenses is 355. Here it's 0. Convenience expenses total is 185, and miscellaneous expense total here it is 100 rupees. Miscellaneous expense total will be 450 rupees. So total of all the payments 1065 must be equal to total of these payments also 1065. So 2000 rupees was given to the cashier, of which he paid all the expenses of 1065, which means there's balance with him. So to balance carried down, let's write our total 1065. So from 2000 rupees, 1065 are the expenses, and balance of rupees 935 is with our petty cashier. And for the next month, if we pay him rupees 1065 again, he can start paying off the expenses again for the next month. 1065 total. So this is it for today's video. Today we have looked into various transactions which are related to small expenses and recorded them in our petty cash book. In our next video we will be studying about subsidiary books. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel, like our video, share our channel with your friends. Happy learning.